one thing and then they don't get what they want, and so
Welcome,
they want to
everyone.
diversify.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming this week to Crypto City. Welcome back. I appreciate you all being here tonight. I ask you to just bear with my voice a little bit. It's a little bit scratchy tonight, so I'm going to try to project as best I can. Thank God for Amplify. I was actually just in Vegas this past weekend, and I thought some of you would find this humorous. Walking through the casinos and the hotels, they obviously have, people who accost you for various different things, whether it's going to the shows or parties or free girls, all that stuff. But one of the things they were trying to push this time pretty heavily was for people to come and try VR. They have community meta headsets, little stations set up all around, and you can go there and try them. And they're like, hey, come see, look what VR is like. You can see what it's like to ride a roller coaster. Seriously. They were grabbing us constantly, trying to get us to do this. And they're like, oh, you could come see a haunted house. You could come see this other simulation. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but I was actually there with Sherwin and with Acoustic Energy. And it was kind of funny because all three of us are obviously well versed in VR, and we've already seen the roller coaster ride, a couple of years ago. We've seen many different simulations in here. So, we were just like, oh, no, thank you. We're good, But it was really great for us to see that they were trying to push VR out there into the masses. However, it was kind of funny because this one guy got a little bit like, you don't know what you're missing out on. And we just kind of all giggled because we're like, we know what we're missing out on. Well, this is like what we do every single night, every day of our life. So it was kind of funny to hear that. But I did think it was pretty amazing that this has become, something that they're really trying to push out into a venue as big as Las Vegas, try to get as many people as they can to try it out. Because, you're out there, you think this is cool. You're hearing so much more about it on Facebook. A lot more people are going to end up, getting headsets and checking this out. So I thought it was really cool from that aspect. I do want to say one thing though. Life is about balance, and VR is amazing and it opens a lot of doors for us. And, taking a short break from it and experiencing real life was pretty amazing too. I know a couple of things. Like, think about those who maybe suffer from severe social anxiety or health issues, which limit them physically and their physical interaction and capabilities, or even people with monetary restrictions. I was blessed to be able to go to Vegas for a weekend, but there are people in this world who will never make it to Vegas. And, VR gives that opportunity for people with inability to reach the unreachable. So it's a pretty amazing thing that, we're in here. And I just want to point out that we should really not take it for granted. We should try to remember sometimes how blessed we are to be able to have this as part of our everyday life, that we actually do take it, for granted that this is just what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to be here with all of you. But all right, now tonight we have a very special guest. She's somebody who is an icon in our community. And, she's been in VR for quite a long time, longer than most of us in here. And I'd love it if you'd all throw up a warm welcome for VR Scorpio.
My turn to come? Is it my turn to come down? Oh my goodness, and I'm falling out.
She might be having some
What I do?
difficulty coming through. There you
Always
go.
have. Hey guys, it's me.
Welcome. Thank you so much for
you
coming on tonight. So grateful
know
to
what,
have you on.
CityGirl? Thank you for having me because this is home, so it's really nice to be home.
Thank you. You're a well-respected part of this community, and you're a member that has a lot of insights to share about, VR in general, and also your contribution to the Web3 community. So, I mean, you've made your name in here as a socialite and as someone, who's in the know of everything. You've captured special moments as VR paparazzi, you've posted reviews, you've shared interesting news, created a heavily important mental health awareness group, and you've invested a lot to support builders, designers, and creators. And I want to talk about all that with you. Before that, let me just ask you, like, what is it about VR that has you so heavily immersed on so many levels?
Oh my goodness. Well, I would have to go back to August of 2020. Um, oh, City Girl. August of 2020 was a very difficult time for me. It was the most um, challenging time that I've ever had in my life. And my youngest son was leaving college because he was home because of COVID and did his first year at home. So, with tragedy and just everything that happened in that month, and then to find out in January of 2021, he was allowed to go on campus. So I would become an empty nester, literally, at that moment. I had to figure out a way to take my depression and flip it around, and also that empty nest syndrome that could possibly happen. I didn't want it to pile onto that in that time frame. So I got an Oculus. It was social. I thought, okay, well, people can do this and that. Well, um, went to big screen. Someone in the lobby told me about AltSpace. It was over. Came to AltSpace. Someone pulled me from the campfire, and it was really over. I mean, my life changed. My calendar was full. I had events to go to. I had parties to go to. I had people to meet, and I forgot about the depression. And I'm not minimizing depression at all. No, sometimes it's a chemical imbalance. What I'm saying is that for me, it was life changing for me.
It's
And
wonderful.
that's when the light bulb went off. I realized it's much more bigger than just a headset and a game. The lifestyle that I wanted to be a part of.
I love that. I love that you, in the face of so much negativity, you found something positive to hold on to lift you out. That's
I did.
beautiful. Now, for a lot of us, Oculus, now Meta, the headsets were what brought us into VR. And in turn,
Mhm,
most of our first social experiences were also in alt space. But you've been in
mhm.
VR for a long time, and you've also been in many other platforms besides AltSpace before this latest news that we're on limited time in here.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about these other platforms that you've been in, and what are some of your favorite ones?
My gosh. Well, let's start with VR chat. VR chat is stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you can really express yourself. So yeah, love that. However, there's no community there for me. Um, and having one friend here and there and everywhere and going and world hopping and all that, it's not for me. Um, I wanted something more deep, a place to put roots in and call home. So then I went over to Horizon Worlds a year ago and planted roots over there. And I only used it for my group, which we'll discuss later. I used it for my mental health group, and I was there for a year doing that, and I absolutely loved it for my group. Now, for me personally, I don't think that I was, whatever, but I love it for it's fun, right? So let's see. Oh, real VR fishing. I mean, people on a beautiful uh, scene fishing for fish that look real and talking, listening to music, and you can even put up your screen and watch your own personal movies in there while you're with your friends at the same time. They could be listening to something on YouTube, and you guys can lose hours, hours VR fishing and stress. I love that. Um, let's see. I'm trying to go in order because I found a lot of new ones as of the closure. I'm trying to go
Okay,
in order. So VR
sure.
fishing is great. And Be time is great if you don't mind being stationary in a beautiful scene with 4 random strangers or 3 random strangers. That's nice. Um,
Is V time
V
more
time
of a
isn't.
chat?
V time is just like we're doing right now, except for we can't move, and there's 2 more people with us if they would like to join us.
Okay.
But the
Okay.
scenes are beautiful. Like the worlds are stunning. We just can't move.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, but you can also put files up in there and show yourself. Like if you want to put your picture up in the world, you can just boop, boop, boop from your browser and you can just have your pictures and show your dogs and yourself and do whatever you want. So B time is nice. I enjoy that on occasion. And then, there's the darker ones. There's Neos, which is kind of underground. Um, Neos is different. It's beautiful. It's like Ready Player One over there. Um, DJ Marcus put me onto that. And then let's see, what else did I do? Oh, so I went to Engage. Engage is the bomb. Okay,
Never
Engage
heard
is
of
the
it.
bomb. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. Engage is the bomb, but it's for a certain type of person, like business and education, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. I signed up for the $9.99 a month thing, and then I terminated that. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out because you guys know, like, I'm a social butterfly, and I just want to fly, right? So and dance and be like fun, right? Okay, so there was that, and then there's the new one. Let's Connect. I don't care for that, but I've been there. I guess if you want to meet up with and have brunch, somebody over there, you can do that. And then there's a platform that's similar to AltSpace. It's called Utopia VR. However, it's not ready yet. It's an alpha, but it's got universe and it's got land and it's got worlds that you can do. But it's
Hmm.
not ready yet. So that's what sucks about that. That that something's coming, but you just can't get to it. You have to wait. I don't think it's going to be ready. Probably for me, I would say 6 months or a little bit more to get it to where I want. I do have worlds in there though. And then there's Spatial as my new boo. Okay. Spatial is my new boo. Loving that. Spatial with a T. And listen, Spatial has potential. Like all the things- oh, wow. Crook on Instagram. Okay, listen. So all my stuff is over there, and if we all went over there and we like landed over there, we could like literally like turn that place and like make it into our own shit. Sorry for cussing. But it's the truth though, CityGirl. Like that place is hot. Like I love it. Like my worlds are popping. My worlds look better over there than they do over here. But again, my people are over here. So let
That's
me let
funny.
me let me shut up. Did I miss something, you guys? Is there another platform I missed? Because I've been everywhere.
Huh?
I don't
Well, let
know.
me ask you. Those are
Mm,
all the hot ones for right now that everybody's like starting to learn about, and it's pretty
mm,
amazing. And you're right. Some of them do have more of a specific target audience. I agree with you on that
mm,
completely. Some of them are more
mm.
business oriented. Some are more just like having fun. But you've also done a fair amount of 2D social apps too, have you not? Were you in Second
Are you
Life?
bringing City Girl? Stop! Are you bringing up my I'm Boo pictures and stuff? My life
See,
and I is it called I'm Boo or I envy you? I don't know. I
I
call it
envy
I'm Boo.
you. I
Listen,
joined
my
after I saw
avatar
you
in
were
there.
at it. I joined it. I joined.
Listen, that girl is popping over. Okay, my avatar over there, my clothes, my life, my homes, everything. And she's just guys. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. Listen, I know this is being recorded. I don't even care. This is what I do, you guys. I take a bath every single morning, right? I soak. I have a soaking tub. I soak and I reflect. And when you guys see all my posts at like 3 o'clock in the morning, it's because I'm in my soaking tub. So I do all my stuff, my social media on there first thing in the morning. Then I hop on Imvu, and whatever my avatar does that day, like if she goes to brunch, I'll like get dressed and go to brunch. If she there's been times where like my avatar went to the beach, was like hanging out. And when I was living in LA, I would literally put on my like suit and like go to the beach and lay out. If she's drinking a mimosa, oh, I'm drinking a mimosa. Like that, I love that app.
So that's an influential app like that. That's actually dictating your life.
Did it did because she was exciting. She was
Yeah.
living her best life. And like I was like, well, I could do that. You know what I mean?
So is that
Sounds good
more
to
of an
me.
individual app versus a social app, or are you still interacting with people over there?
Oh, it's just like this, except for it's on your computer or on your phone. You can do it
Okay.
do it. Okay, do it anywhere. You can do it with text or use voice in your phone app.
Nice. Okay.
So say me
So
and you
not
wanted to have a
all of this is.
conversation,
Mhm.
we could go into the app and we could talk just like this, but on our phone. You could sit on the couch. I
Okay.
could sit on this couch. Yeah.
All right. So it's more of a traditional, even though it's on your phone, it's more of a traditional PC VR type
Yes,
app. Okay.
exactly.
So there's
Hmm.
lots of different options out there for people. And so maybe
Yeah.
for some of the people in here, like we've really been focusing on where to move your worlds over and where to move, all your stuff. But maybe there's options out there for some of you where you don't have worlds. You're just looking for a place to socialize and be with other people. And it sounds like from what you're saying, there's a lot of options out there.
There's a lot, you guys. And I feel like, right, if you don't have any homes or any properties and you want to socialize, I think night at night after work, for me, Horizon Rolls is really doing it right now. I mean, they've got
Okay.
bingo over there, real money. They've got worlds that have music in them now where you can my home just got completed. Dunder Builds. Shout out Dunder. He literally just finished my first home. I haven't even posted it yet online. Is my mansion is beautiful. I have playlists already in there and um it has a photography area with spotlights on it, just like if you were in a real studio. So your avatar is just like there's no lines, there's no shadows. You're just living your best life, looking really beautiful. Like honestly, like I love my property over there. And then at night, the clubs, the just the R&B clubs, the hip hop clubs, the dancing. Oh, and I played spades over there yesterday. Real spades, real spades, real people talking. You know what? Across the board, having a really good time. I mean, Horizon Rose is really giving me like it's giving me like potential.
A good community vibe.
Yeah, I think you can really set up your network over there.
Okay. No, that's good to know. That's good to know. It's a lot of us are just dabbling into it for the first time because
Mhm.
we've spent all of our time here in AltSpace. It's nice that
Yes,
you've actually had this interaction going on for a while. So now that you
yes,
now that our hands are forced, you actually know how to navigate around those other areas. So it's good to get your feedback and see, you that earlier that Horizon was good for your group, but maybe not someplace you wanted to be all the time. But now you're starting
right,
to see potential in a different aspect of it.
exactly. And but I also don't have a choice. You have to
Mhm.
understand, I'm a heavy social VR user. I use it every day, and if I'm not in it, I'm on it, meaning I'm in the Oculus home with friends
Yep.
or I'm in mixed reality now that I have the Pro. So I'll be sitting on my porch and my friend will be there, but I'll be on my porch. I can see my surroundings, but I'll have an avatar there next to me. So I'm heavy, heavy, heavy into this. So I don't have a choice. I had to find a home and I had to do it quick because I can't let the sadness of this closing affect me too much. No, I'm just going to keep it real.
Would defeat the purpose. I mean, the whole reason you went into this is you loved it so
Yeah,
much and it made things
I
better.
do. Do. I've met so many amazing people and um I've seen like nasty side of the metaverse. And oh, someone has a question? Or is she saying hi? Fine chick. Um, I've had n- n- seen the nastiest side of it. I've seen the certain groups trying to tear it down, and I never got involved because I was just so utterly disappointed because it's so
Exactly.
beautiful. How can you make
Yep.
this nasty? I mean, why would you even want to? Mm-mm.
I agree. This is, we will all keep this very dear to our hearts. And down, a year from now, when AltSpace has been gone for a while, those of us who got to experience it will have that. And other people who've come in after the fact will never understand what we went through here, because this was a very special community bond.
Yes.
And we did amazing things over here. The events, the parties, the camaraderie, just the laughs and the tears, and yeah, you're right. There's positive and negative. That's just like life, but it's so much like our second life, because
Yeah.
we had the good and the bad, and it was, the friendships that we've made in here. Um, for most of us, we have at least one
Mhm.
or two people who we've met in here that
Oh my
take
gosh.
with us when this headset comes off.
Oh
We have,
yeah. They're
some
coming
best
with
friends
us.
we've made, and that means something. It's not like we just pop on, say, "Hey, how's it going?" and then get off. I mean, for me, Blue here in the audience, she's like one of my
Mm,
closest friends in the world, and I've only known her for like 2 years. But we've met a few times in real
yeah,
life, but I don't, she's just as close to me as people in my real life that I've known for 10 years. So
exactly.
real
That's what
friendships,
this is
real
about.
bonds.
I tried to tell a friend today about that. I was trying to express it to him and say, we live in the metaverse. This is much deeper than the real world. Okay.
Exactly.
So let's, like, let's really think about exactly what you're getting in the metaverse. You're getting this beauty that you can't really get in the real world. It's hard to explain, but this is what I wanted to say about what you said about the people that have experienced alt space. I consider it like Woodstock. I don't know if you guys have ever talked to someone who's been to Woodstock and seen the light in their eye. And what do you say? Damn, I wish I could have been there. Damn, must have been a wild time. You know what I mean? That's what it's going to be like for us. This is like our Woodstock, like honestly. Like this is that one thing that we have that we can hold and say, "Oh my gosh, you guys should have been there because this was amazing." And I'm pretty sure that it's going to be even more amazing, like all the other stuff going on as time goes on, technology and everything. But there's
Yep.
nothing like this. This you can't bottle it, you can't do anything with it. Alt space is like, ugh, it's
Special.
amazing.
It's unique. It's unique.
Yeah, it's like we built it with our personalities and the creators built it around us with
Mhm.
like we would go to our builders and ask them to do stuff because of their creativity, but it was our ideas and they built around us and our uniqueness. And I love our builders. I love our creatives, our MRE guys, all of them. They're so special.
Absolutely. Let's talk about something that you are most well known for and that you've done to try and help this community over the years, and it's expanded across other platforms as well. But let's talk about your group. And obviously
Oh,
you
my
told us
group.
how you got your start here in VR, which is, I'm
Yes,
assuming, why you started group in general. But
it
tell us
is.
a little bit about it and what goes on there, and how people could get involved if it was something that they were looking for.
Okay, well, as you guys know, I'm very blunt. Everyone knows me, I'm very blunt, and I say whatever I want. I came in here for a reason because I was weak and I was unhappy. And when I came in here and saw everybody running around with the rockets and laughing and joking, and I was like, well, I think I need a little bit more. So I built it. I had someone gifted me a place, a temple. Shout out Onion Guy. Where is that guy? I haven't seen Onion Man. I haven't seen him in
I remember
forever.
him. Yes.
You remember him? Yeah, he was amazing.
Yes.
He was very generous. He gave me a temple, right? And I remember Field of Dreams movie. I was very young, and it said, "If you build it, he will come." We always say they will come. So I built it. Oh, I built it. It was called Group. Actually, it was called sad, happy, or neutral, or something like that. That's the first name of it. And people just swarmed in, and they wanted to talk, and they wanted to express themselves. And then I changed it to group. I changed it to group because I didn't want it to have any labels. I want it to be literally whatever you want it to be. You want it to be a support group? Boom. You want it to be a rant group? Boom. You want it to be a I don't have any friends, I need to hang out with you once a week group? Boom. It was called group. And from there, it just grew. And what do I do in there? I do one thing and one thing only. It is so simple and it's so effective. Okay. So I sit there and I go around the table and I say one thing. How are you doing? Good, bad, or neutral? I say that because number one, we always run around and say, how are you doing? Fine, 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 fine. That's BS a lot of time. It's BS a lot of time. And so I wanted a place where someone asked you and they actually cared the answer was. And so I asked them, how are you doing? And depending on what they say, we go from there. If they're doing well, a lot of people would shut that conversation down. I go ahead and I say, okay, well, why don't you tell me 3 things that you're grateful for? Let's get the dialogue going. Let's go, right? A lot of times they'll say, I said that, but that wasn't actually true. I'm actually going through this and this and this. And if they're not doing so well, then that's a whole nother thing. And then I let the other members of the group chime in. It's an open forum discussion. And then they bring in their knowledge, their issues, their history, their experience with the matter. And we all come together to support and lift up this one person if needed. And to answer the rest of your question, so we started in AltSpace, 2 years in AltSpace, 1 year in Horizon Worlds, 1 or 2 sessions in Engage. I don't want to do that anymore. Now we're in Spatial as well. So Horizon Worlds and Spatial. That is where group is. It's a mental health check-in. Anything goes there. Any topic is welcome.
Love it. And it's interesting because you do one more thing that you didn't mention in there that's most important piece of all of it. Just listen.
Yes, I do.
That's
Because I
one
wanted
thing.
someone to hear me. Nobody's listening to anybody. We think we are, but we are not listening to people. You're not. And I made it my mission that for free, you can come in and you can get resources. It's not all about me and group. You also get resources in the real world. You need it. It's much bigger than that. It's crazy. Like people just need to support each other. It's not all fun and games sometimes. And I even had a friend in here, I love her, but she was like my ride or die in here, right? She told me, she was like, you think you're helping people? You think you're really helping people in there? Well, we're not friends anymore. But this is the type of stuff that came out of her mouth. She's like, nobody wants to go into the metaverse and hear other sad stories. Nobody wants to hear that. Come in here to escape. I don't agree. And I'm never going to stop.
I love that. And there may be people who do want to come in here to escape, but I bet there's a lot of people who are sitting in silence that would appreciate a venue where they can, speak their mind and just know that they're
Mm-hmm.
not alone. Because, again, you mentioned this all happened at the, everybody kind of joined. Oculus headset became the bigger thing during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
Right.
very negative time, in general.
Oh, it's horrible.
So not, some people did it because of the social aspect. Some people did it because they were bored, whatever it is. People
Yeah.
had stuff going on. And so I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who could benefit from your group. And it's many of you may have heard commercials for this group because you actually sponsored 1068 Radio for AltSpace with a
I love
commercial
that
from your group.
station.
And so you guys may have heard these commercials playing somewhere around in the metaverse because they're MREs in a lot of places. So if you were interested in going to this group, now that it will be in these other venues in Horizons and Spatial,
Mhm.
is there a place where they can find out when group takes place? Is there a
Definitely,
schedule?
definitely. And that is on Instagram at Metaverse_support group. And that is where I tell you exactly what day we're having an event and where. And also, Instagram has that reminder button now where if you
Mhm.
click remind me, I've already put it in the system. Instagram will send you an alert. So you could just be in the kitchen or, on break or whatever and be like, oh crap, group is at, in a half an hour or in 20 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. You're at group, you're letting it all out, you're feeling good. Love it.
Thank you for what you're doing for people. It's
Thank
admirable,
you.
but it's also, it's nice that someone's taking the time to give back to others instead of just, you're in here for your own mental well-being, but you're helping others as well, and I appreciate that. It's a
Thank
beautiful
you.
thing.
I want to say one more thing.
Sure.
There is not just my group that is super important to me. There is another group that is um, very important. It's for active members of the military veterans as well. And I will be posting information about that too on my Instagram. And they're the support group similar to mine, but it's specific for families of the military, active and veterans. And also, there's a huge info wall in there. I'm talking about GI Bill information and all those types of resources that somebody would need. And if you could, maybe you don't want to come to my group, but if you know someone in the military that needs a support group and a system, and there's actually a very deep network over there in Horizon Worlds, please consider that and let them know to look for it or even contact me and I'll give you the information. Okay. Great. Thank you.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And for any of you who might be sitting here or who are watching this video, just know that if you do need a place to go to talk, there are places out there for you, and never be
Yes.
ashamed to need someone to talk to, because
Mm,
there are people who are willing to give of their time. There are people who are willing to. And I know we typically, on this show, we typically focus more on the technical end of things and, technology in general. But, Web3 and the metaverse and all of this is here for many different purposes. It is not all about coming in here and learning how to build worlds and design. Yes,
mm.
that is a big piece of it. It's not all about coming in here and learning how to monetize and conduct business in here. That's another big piece of it, but the social aspect of it is huge. And the social aspect of it, we talk about it in gaming, we
Mm.
talk about it, in these apps here while we're switching platforms, in throwing events. All of this is social, but it only works if we're all there in a good headspace. So if you need help,
Yes.
reach out. I hate hearing stories of people who don't reach out and it's too late. So, talk to somebody if you need someone to talk to. It's important.
Because CityGirl, well, sometimes on a Tuesday you're here at the club or a Thursday you're here at the club, at club premiere laughing and joking and ha ha ha. And then on Sunday, your dog gets sick and is diagnosed with something. You don't have $5,000. So now you're stressed out. You got your friends, they're sitting here going, when are you coming down? You don't have anyone to talk to, or your mom is sick, or your wife is sick, or you lost your job on Friday and you think you're supposed to just like forget about VR? No, it's your home. You want to come in, you want to connect, and you want to be heard. Not all fun and games. Life happens.
Absolutely.
I
We
just go on a
talked
rant.
about how you're on several platforms, and we know that the time is limited here in
Mhm,
AltSpace. And you kind of mentioned about how certain things that you've moved over into the other areas, like you've got a lot of your worlds brought over.
mhm.
So you've, you personally, you've invested a lot in VR as far as
Yes, I have.
clothing and real
Yes,
estate, different worlds being built, and all of that. So for
yes.
the world builders, A lot of them are taking the time right now to take the worlds that exist in here,
Mhm.
go back and modify them to make them available in the other platforms. I know
Yeah.
you've done that. You mentioned Crook the Composer's been
Y-
helping you too.
Yes.
Now, is
Okay, you
that
guys, everyone.
common? Do you think for most of the
I don't.
world
I
livers
don't know.
living?
I'm different, city girl. You know how I came in here. I came in here strong.
Yeah,
Was buying up
it's true.
stuff. Listen, dropped quite a pretty penny up in AltSpace. Okay, there's no denying that. What I did, the smartest thing I did do. See, everyone was like, "Why are you doing that? This isn't Decentraland. This isn't the sandbox. This you can't take. It's not Bitcoin or crypto or all this." And I'm just like, whatever. This is my life. I'm having a great time, and I want to look good while I'm doing it. Leave me alone. Okay, so what I did do was I picked a really good builder. When the URP happened, he literally was on it with my properties. Right? He switched everything over. Boom, I didn't miss a beat. I think he took about 3 weeks to get all. I have like 30 properties or
Wow.
exclusive, one of a kinds. And this happened. He put my stuff in Utopia. I've got 2 or 3 properties in Utopia while it's getting out of alpha, and I've got all my properties over in spatial. And I chose well. So if you guys need a builder that is top of the line as far as design and also just customer service, keeping your files safe, doing what you need to do with them if something like this comes up, at Builds by Crook.
Okay. Good to know. Um, so
Support your
a couple
builders.
other things that you do typically, talked a little bit about VR paparazzi. That was how I originally got to know
Oh
you.
my
Um,
gosh, you guys. All
yeah,
space
to jumping
paparazzi.
around, you would take pictures. Maybe some of you have seen on an Instagram feed. All of a sudden, there's a picture of you at an event doing something, and you're like, wait, who got that picture? And it's like VR paparazzi idea.
Yep. And I
um,
had to change the name to Metaverse Paparazzi because it was AltSpace Paparazzi, but now I'm going to leave those pictures up because I believe that they're a part of history.
Absolutely.
And so those pictures are going to remain there. I did change the name to Metaverse Paparazzi. So now there's going to be a different type of avatar on that page. Um, it's rare. I do it mostly on VR_Scorpio. I, like to take pictures of couples because I like the whole love aspect of VR. I love when people find love in here. I do believe that this is the new Tinder, minus the nastiness of it all. But I do believe this is the new way to date. I think this is excellent. And anytime I see that, I love taking pictures. And I love stopping time. When I came in here and I started VR_Scorpio, I have over 1,000 posts. When I came in here, February of 2021, was it 21? Yeah. When I came in here, I wanted to take pictures of you guys, not because you guys are the bomb or whatever. I did it because I knew there was going to be a time where I wanted to reflect. Did I know that it was going to shut down and this was going to be bittersweet? No, I didn't know that. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to stop time. When there was prom, I wanted to stop time. When there was the winter gala, stop time because those moments were precious. I didn't know it was going to hurt so much to look at them now, but those moments are precious. So yes, I love being the AltSpace paparazzi. I love taking pictures of everybody, even if they were annoyed. I don't care. I'm gonna do it. Ooh, yeah,
So you'll continue doing this going
I
forward.
will continue doing that. That's a hobby. Um, I post interesting people and things. I I just love pictures in real life. I used to be an event photographer, so it's in me. And once I found out there was a
Nice.
camera in here, it was over.
Love it. No, I'm glad to hear that you'll be continuing doing that because a lot of people love to see themselves, randomly show up, and it's fun to
Yeah.
see your friends out there doing something, and you do
Yeah.
capture some beautiful moments like you said that stops time just for that moment. You also
Yes.
have been doing a lot of posts lately. Obviously, there's a lot of things in the news with
Yes.
Web3 and all the tech stuff. And I know that you're not necessarily high tech in your line of work, but you've been
No.
catching a lot of things that have been coming up in other social feeds and everything,
Mhm.
and sharing them on yours. And I've actually a few feeds I go to for information when I'm what's going on right now? And all of a sudden now your feed is one that I'm going to for that kind of information as
Thank you,
well. You've become
CityGirl.
a resource. So
Thank you.
I'm wondering, people who are maybe newer to space in general, and now they're being pushed out in, fly out of the nest, little bird. Where do you go to find this stuff? Are you randomly seeing it in your feeds, or do you do certain, like, do you take time to do searches for it? How are you finding
Yes.
this stuff that you're sharing so other people can look
Yes.
for it on their own as well?
Every morning I search Twitter, hashtag Metaverse, hashtag Meta, hashtag all of the things that I'm interested in. So Oculus, Quest Pro, Quest 2, VR, VR chat, AltSpace. Then I do Google alerts as well. So they come to my phone, and every morning I wake up to a whole laundry list of things. Now, the reason why I do that is because there's a lot of things that are not mainstream, like nurses that are using Oculus now to decompress on their break because it's so stressful for them, or the Alzheimer's patients that the doctors are using that now, or the psychedelic, drugs along with VR for people who have severe mental illness. All these things I would not know about. It's not on Channel 9 news. How am I supposed to know? And if I don't know and you don't know because you're at work or you're busy doing whatever you do, I don't know what you guys do. How are you guys going to know? So I'm trying to tell you guys because I want to know and I'm finding out. And I think we all need to know. And another thing is, I post that stuff too. And I'm about to go on a rant because of naysayers about the metaverse talking all that crap about how it's not anything. How, Sway? How? How is it not anything? Do you not see everything going on? Well, if you don't see it, I'm going to show you in your face. It's not going anywhere. It's only getting better. Your mom is going to be on there, your auntie, your dentist, your mechanic. Everybody's going to be on here. And when they do, we're going to look at them like they're crazy because we've already been here and we're established. Boo.
Absolutely. I love it. Love your passion. That's so great. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to open up the audience if anyone would like to ask
Okay.
questions of you. Blue, if you could put up the raise hand feature. It's amazing chatting with you. I love listening to, you're so well rounded on so many aspects,
Thank you.
but you've brought a lot of, you bring a lot of insights forward. You share a lot with the community, and you're giving back to the community at the same time. So thank you for all that
Thank
you
you.
do and for what you shared with us tonight. Does anyone have any questions for VR Scorpio?
I love VR. Oh, no questions for me? Oh, you guys are a bunch of haters. I'm just like,
I saw all nothing but hearts the whole time you were talking.
I'm
Everybody was
just playing, you
enjoying
guys.
what you had to
I said everything. What else is there to ask me?
You have a question?
What was I gonna say?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Nell.
we have a
Okay.
question.
Hi.
Hey, Scorpio, how are you? Got a question.
Well, thank you.
My question is, where would you like to see VR and mental health go in the next 5 years?
Oh my goodness, what a great question. Where would I like to see it? I would like to see um Talkspace and BetterHelp set up places in the metaverse, all of the metaverses. I would like it to be where you can literally go into a clinic, find a therapist that you like. I don't know the logistics of how you would pick a therapist, and you would pay through the Meta store or pay through whatever. I don't know. And I feel like it needs to be available. I have talked to people in my group that live in certain states where they can't get the wait is like 3-4 months to get a therapist, and they're not even on any government assistance. This is just literally like your insurance, like straight up. There's people that need help today. If therapists would come in right now and have a builder build them a shop and have a payment system, do you know how convenient that would be for people? Because with these avatars, this is not like the Zoom. This is way deeper than that. When someone's crying, you can literally walk up to them and put your hand on their shoulder and know they can't feel it, but they can feel your energy and your presence and your intention. Do you know what that would mean for somebody in real time? And this whole thing right here is about to blow up. Great question. It's going to blow up because it's needed, and all it needs is the right people to come in here and set it off. Definitely.
That's a great answer.
Yeah. Speaking of mental health and stress, there's also a group. I just need to plug all the groups, period, because this is important. If you're a caregiver, you have an autistic child, you're taking care of a wife that has cancer, you're an elderly parent, Alzheimer's, dementia, any of that, any type of ailment, anything. If you're a caregiver, there is a support group here in the metaverse, strictly for you, called Caregiver Connection, and it's in Horizon World. Okay. And it's also in Spatial. And it is amazing. It's been going on, I want to say, for 6 months. And it's from Meta Coach or in Horizon World. And you can get information on that through me. I believe it's at caregiver_connection on Instagram, but I'm not for sure. But you can definitely hit me up and I'll tell you. I need you guys to understand these resources because this is a show about crypto and NFTs and all of that. And then she interviewed me to talk about stuff. I need you to understand no matter what your age is, life is going to hit you. And when it does, you're going to need these resources. So put them in your back pocket. Tell a friend because you're going to be in a world and your friend's going to put her head down and she's going to be crying because she has to move her mom in and take care of her and she feels like her life is over. Or she's scared or she's stressed. Okay? She's going to need a resource. Where else would be better for someone who cannot leave the house because they are a caregiver than to sit on their couch, attend a meeting with like-minded peers? This is revolutionary, what's happening here. And I need everyone to understand that. If you don't need the services, stay in your back pocket and hold on to it because someone's going to need it and you're going to be the one to give it to them, the information.
One of the greatest things you can be for someone is a resource. So you don't have to have the answers. You need to be able to push them to somebody who can help them.
Exactly. And I thank you for having me on here. I really was reluctant at first because I was like, I don't know anything about NFTs. I don't know anything. But you know what? I'm glad I came because I love AltSpace and I love the metaverse. And I want everyone to be happy and I want everyone to just find their place and their tribe and their people so that they can have a beautiful life in the real world and in the metaverse.
I agree. And you know what? NFTs are something specific. Crypto is something specific, but Web3 is all encompassing. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of things happening out here that are under the Web3 umbrella. And, you know, it's not all always technical. So
Yes.
today we're hitting it from instead of hitting it from the technical side, we're hitting it from the heart side.
Yes.
A question from Kim. Go ahead, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
She's
Can't hear
muted.
her.
Kim? She has her microphone.
She's
Did you
nodding.
accept it, Kim?
She's nodding.
She
I think
wanted.
she's in 2D.
She want to text it. She texted. I can answer.
There
Okay,
she
there
goes.
we go.
Here we go.
Hi.
Yeah, because I had background noise and I couldn't get in for a minute, so I turned off my mic for a minute. Sorry about that. Scorpio, I'm always impressed by your passion for this community and your willingness and ability to think on a macro level in such a micro space. I don't really have so much as a question. I just want to tell you I appreciate you. You were one of the very first people I met when I got here. Because I saw there was something about wine someplace, and I was like, it's a winery and bed and breakfast. What is this place? And
Yes.
I
Oh,
ran
I'm gonna
into
miss
you there.
AltSpace. Yeah.
And then you let me to place to my birthday party, which is when I really got to know Blue and CityGirl more.
Oh,
And they came together for me, especially Blue to, barely even knew me and was like, we're gonna make this happen. And that's just the kind of thing you're talking about, is the sense of community here and what we can all do for each other. It's not all about the birthday parties, it's about the support. And in a world where there's been so much negativity, yeah, you can be blunt, but you're also positive. Those things are not mutually exclusive, and I really appreciate you. That's all I wanted to say.
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, definitely.
Anyone else have any questions?
I think we're almost out of time.
We are at the top of the hour, and honestly, this has been a great episode. I
Aw,
loved
thank
everything that you
you.
had to share with us. Thank you for the resources that you've given us. If any of you need more information or you didn't get to write down, as she was saying, don't worry. You could check her out on Instagram, VR_Scorpio. You could also
Yes.
probably see her around here in AltSpace for the
Mhm.
next week or two. And then check her out in Spatial. Check her out in Horizons.
Yes. In spatial, I'm Meta Socialite. And in Horizon, I'm Meta Socialite. On Instagram, I'm VR_Scorpio, but my name on there is Meta Socialite. So you can find me anywhere. And that's my Oculus handle as well, Meta_Socialite. You can find me. I can give you all the resources you need. I'm going to keep track of all of our stars in AltSpace. I call them stars because they make this work. There's heads of departments here. I know we're a community, but there's some people that make it their mission to make it pleasant for all of us. I will always keep track of what everyone's doing and try to post and let everyone know where everyone's going and any activities. And if you need like a concierge, you need some type of, I don't know, worlds, different platforms, I can lead you to the proper builders. I have builders in all different platforms. So just, hit me up.
Thank you, Scorpio. Really
Thank
appreciate you
you.
being here
19
tonight.
months. 19
Yes.
months. Oh, city girl.
Such a long friendship.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So thank you guys for having me. I hope
Thank
you
you,
enjoyed this
everyone.
episode.
Absolutely. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
We will see you next Monday night. Spectral Mana will be here going over her Pulse Cat NFT collection. And then we just have one episode after that. So 2 more weeks. Get the both of them. You don't want to miss it. Thank you for being part of Crypto City.
Bye, guys. That was good.